Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Best of 30 Days of Sketches and Mixed Media Mayhem. Now you guys know I usually don't combine series together, but in this case I am. So the sketch for today is this one right here by Rochelle from Sketches in Time. So lots of fun layers. I don't remember the layout that I did for this sketch originally, but you know, there it is. And then for Mixed Media Mayhem, I got to choose our 3 items that we have to use on our layout. So I chose paint, tissue paper, and embossing. So I pulled out my tissue paper, I got my paint, and then my embossing stuff's right there. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys, June 3rd, and I finally remembered to stick the sketch in the upper left-hand corner. Now I'm going to start out with paint, since that is one of the items that has to be used for Mixed Media Mayhem. I'm using a couple different paints. I have Dilutions in Blue Hawaiian, I have Vicki Boutin paint in Juicy Pear, and of course I have my trusty Liquitex Basics in Titanium White. I'm just using a kind of squeegee spatula tool that came with a Heidi Swap screen printing thing. I'm putting down some blue ink, and then not ink, this is paint. Putting down that blue paint, and then I'm going to put that Juicy Pear paint down as well. So the reason why I chose these colors these are the colors on the wingtip of the airplane. It goes from darker blue to a lighter blue, even lighter blue. Then there's green and white. So I'm not going exactly the colors of the wingtips. It is my personal artistic interpretation. So this background really has nothing to do with the sketch, you guys. I am basically making my own backgrounds. I decided instead of laying down glue, what I was going to do to adhere my tissue paper was to put down some white paint, and then I squirted water over top of it and smoothed the tissue paper out into the paint, and it has stuck. So we're going with it. Now that I have also sprayed some mica spray from Wendy, Vecchi, and Ranger in Pearl. So it's just literally a plain kind of pearlescent shimmer that is now over top of the paints. I am going to get to my embossing because I've already used my paint, I've already used my tissue paper, and I haven't started using the sketch whatsoever, so I need to get on that. I went ahead and cut out a piece of paper from Coco Vanilla Studios No Limits. It is a brick pattern on the opposite side, and then this orange pattern here. I decided to use the Up, Up, and Away stencil from Scrapping Reflections, and I am going to emboss my paper here. Now, my original thought was to emboss the edges of pattern papers like I do in my December Daily. I say December Daily just in case you guys don't know. I do a December project. It's not really daily. It's just a stories in December. So it's my December project. But I said December Daily just in case you guys didn't know what I was talking about. And now I've explained it, so I can call it my December project. Woo, okay. I am not doing that. I have decided to emboss the airplanes through the stencil. I am using Brutus Monroe embossing ink. It is a clear embossing ink, and it is fabulous. I'm also using Brutus Monroe Icicle embossing powder, which is their clear embossing powder. Hopefully you can see how much I love it. I actually have the big jar of the embossing powder, the 6-ounce jar, instead of the smaller jar that their embossing powders normally come in, which is 1 ounce. So I'm pulling out my heat gun. It was not plugged in, so I got to make that happen. So that's what's happening right there. And then I'm letting my heat gun heat up just a little bit. And don't do what I just did. Don't use your hand to test to see if your heat gun is hot. I mean, duh. It's a heat gun. It's going to be hot. So now, yay, we get to watch the magical embossing powder happen. So I just adore watching embossing powder videos. If you are going to emboss, I want to see the process. I don't care about anything else. I just want to see that embossing powder turn all smooth and melty, and I want to see the magic happen. So I very rarely, I would say 99.9% of the time, leave in all of my embossing because I enjoy it. And I get to watch my video while I'm doing the voiceover, so yeah, gives me joy. If embossing is not your thing, so sorry you had to watch that, but how cool is this? So if you use clear embossing powder and clear embossing ink over top of a solid color, it's basically just going to give you a darker version of that color. And it's not always going to be super spot on in front of your face. It depends upon how you look at it and what angles of light is popping at it to see how exactly much of the embossing you're going to see. So there it is. Now you might be looking at this layout and going, this is supposed to be for mixed media mayhem, Sandy. Your mixed media is kind of understated. It is. There is not a whole lot of way in your face mixed media. And I think that sometimes we get ahead of ourselves and we think that we have to create some sort of phantasmagorical, ginormous mixed media creation if we want to do mixed media. Newsflash, you don't. You can do something as simple as spreading some paint on the back of your page. Hello, you've done mixed media. You can do something as simple as adding splatters at the end. Hello, you've done mixed media. Mixed media is basically just using more than one type of media on your page. Technically, if you're just using paper and flowers, you've done mixed media. I just think in the scrapbooking world, we've turned mixed media into a wet, inky mess, and it always doesn't have to be that way. Now, I do want to say I did not gesso my paper. I normally don't gesso my paper. I don't take the time to do that extra step, mostly because the mixed media I don't worry about pooling color together and that kind of stuff. I'm going to slap some color down on the page, and where it lands is where it lands is kind of my philosophy. So I don't normally gesso, but if you want to take that extra step, go for it. Like, do whatever, float your boat and fills your boots. So I've taken the two photos, I matted them on white cardstock. Now I am using two vertical photos instead of one horizontal photo because, I'm making the sketch work for the photos that I want to scrapbook. I just went on a little mini tirade about mixed media, so I might as well go on a little mini tirade about sketches too. Using a sketch is inspiration, okay? You don't have to follow a sketch exactly. If you want to, do it. If you just want to take something off of the sketch, do it. Say you just really liked the fact that there was an embellishment with a banner sticking out of it, but you had 6 photos you had to finagle on a page. Then you put your 6 photos on the page and you do your embellishment with your banner sticking out of it. You've used the sketch. Many times we look at sketches and we're like, oh man, if I don't follow that exactly, I'm not following a sketch. Newsflash, you don't have to. You can do whatever the heck you want because it is your scrapbook page. Many times I do a follow a sketch series that runs the entire month of February, and I also do follow a sketch Fridays. Sometimes I follow the sketch exactly. Sometimes my layout looks nothing like the sketch, and sometimes you can see, yeah, I can see how you got your layout from that sketch. It's all about how you're feeling in the moment. Do what makes you happy. Scrapbook the way you want. Like, don't feel like you are being told to scrapbook a certain way. Like, if one photos are not your jam and you need at least 2 or 3 photos on a page, then do it. Make the sketch work for you. Okay, that's my little tirade. So this is that new Maggie Holmes collection, Going Places. So I have a couple of the ephemera packets. I also have the chipboard sheet and the something else. I can't remember what it is. I had placed an order to put it in the Scrapping Reflection shop, and I didn't get everything. I only got a few things, so that's what I have. The chipboard. Did I say I have the chipboard? I have the chipboard. So yeah, there's a little bit in the shop. It's not like you're going to be able to purchase the entire collection from it, but it is there. I decided to use these tags, and I can't handle having a naked tag hold on my page, so of course I had to tie some little bows and place them on the top here. Now in the sketch, the title is supposed to be in the upper right hand corner. However, I like the white space that is over there. I like having nothing there. So I'm going to leave that space blank, and my title, I say that in quotes, is Up, Up, and Away, Wheels Up. So you can look at that. The whole thing can be the title. One of the phrases can be the title. You can look at this page and be like, dang, Sandy, you don't even have a title. However you feel is fine. Like, I don't make it my life's mission on every single scrapbook page to have a in-your-face title. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Now, I did like the arrow that was off to the side over on the left-hand side of the sketch. Didn't want to put an arrow there, so I went ahead and placed an airplane. And then, of course, I am finishing off with my latest find, my gold, ornament gold Chroma mist, which is making my life ridiculously happy because it's my replacement for Heidi Swap Color Shine. So yeah, I'll have a link down below for that. It will be an affiliate link if you're interested. That's enough of that. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.